Had to put a new jack on the trailer. I took my tractor to the shop a while back and we had a cheap jack on there and it just crushed. So I had to replace the jack. But I probably have to replace the lights too. I don't hardly ever use this trailer except maybe to go to Travis's and back and to move these guys. But that worked out pretty good. Really excited. I got it in there. It took 2 tries to get it lined up. I don't like this gap. I think this gap right here gets me every year. I keep thinking it's going to be a little problem, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. What we'll do tomorrow, I'll put my ramps, which I got sitting here. I'll put my ramps in here, open this gate up, move this bottom wire, put the ramp out, screw them down, and I'm going to put some walls out here, some cattle panel walls that'll connect up to here. And that way it'll just sort of funnel them in here. We'll start feeding them. I brought the feed barrel over here. So we'll start feeding them in here. I'll put the feed bucket in here. Everything's going to be in here for the next 4 weeks. 4 weeks. So I think that's going to work out good. I hope. Last year we really had a struggle getting 2 of these pigs loaded up. It was such a pain. But I had a problem down there on that far end. I got some little trees that are in my way, and ever since I put these last couple of rows for my muscadines down there, I almost couldn't make that turn. So I got a couple little trees I got to cut down, but I'm thinking next year when the muscadine vineyard's done, I won't be back here. I got to figure something else out. This is going to be a gate to go from this pen to the next pen, because I'm planning on putting a fence. I want to tie it in somewhere here and run it all the way down to the property line, which is just past that, and all back up in the woods, across, and then come back down and meet up into the corner of this pen. That way I can start raising pigs full time. That's my goal anyway. But you know how that goes. So this gate will just be a pass-through to bring piglets over here to raise out or to sell, or I don't know, I hadn't quite got it figured out yet, but I know this will be a pass-through gate from one pen to the next. I'm thinking when we start loading stuff up, we'll start working over here now, or I'll end up putting another pen down there where I can just back straight up the pasture, because I couldn't even turn around. We've had a lot of rain, so I was scared if I got out there in the field, I'd get stuck, so I just backed it all the way up. And we'll end up putting a gate down here somewhere and have it where we can load in and out over here, load in and out over here. Well, I'm sure we'll have to do some rearranging. We got the bees right there. We'll figure it out. But the pigs seem to be pretty happy. I think on the next clip, I'll start putting my walls in here and my ramps. I know I had a lot of comments. I had so many comments on this last year. Everybody was saying I should build my ramps out, back the truck up to some posts out here, build my ramps out. But I'm so paranoid because I got all this electricity out here. I got this electric wire in here. I'm so paranoid about my pigs getting out and us not being able to get them back in. And I'm gone all the time, so I don't want any chance. I don't take any chances of them going outside this pen. I just don't do it. I'd rather funnel them in here. And it's worked every year so far. So it's just last year was our toughest year, but it's always worked. So we just got to train them to this pen, and we'll get them trained. We got 4 weeks to train them, so I'm just not going to build anything outside this pen and take the chance of them getting out, and then I got to deal with that. And of course, as soon as they get out, I'll be at work. But nobody else is here but me and Kim now, so we're just going to build some walls here with some T-posts and some hog panel. We'll funnel them in and out, and I'm sure it'll be fine because these pigs right here are way better than the pigs we had last year. They should slide right in there. I'm going to cut the bulk feeder out. I just fed them so they'd stay off of me, but I'm going to take that out. Like I said, I'm going to put that in there. All the feed's going to be in that trailer. So stick around. We're going to put some ramps up. Now that I got these little gates put up, I'll strap them down real tight because the pigs ain't gonna want to do nothing but use them as a toy at first. So I'll strap them down real tight with some scrap wire we have laying around. not too bad. What do you think, boy? What do you think? Not too bad. This is the way it looks every year. And I have to screw everything down because, you know, they're pigs and they'll play with it. They'll end up picking this up 1,000 times on the bottom. But a lot of times if you keep it kind of tight, they can't come in from the sides. So maybe not too big of a deal. Hopefully they'll start using this as a little feed trailer. I sure hope so. My next thing I got to do is run this wire, because the last 2 years we've turned the power off to train them, and they test this wire. I don't care. They test this wire. I don't care what you think. They don't get used to that wire and just not test it daily, because we hear them squealing all the time. They'll push the dirt right up to the wire. You can see they'd love to get that grass. They would love to get this grass and all that, but they can't reach it. I got the power turned off now. I'll go ahead and get them some of that. I think they'll like that. That'd be a nice one. Yeah, they'd love to get to that grass, and you can see they push the dirt right to the wire. And throw that out there for them. What I planned on doing last year, because they destroy it. They break all these little insulators. They'll start breaking them because they'll start pushing closer and closer to the fence, and I'm scared they'll get out because this fence isn't all that stable. I mean, it's not a stable fence. It's just I put it up as hoping it would work. The electricity works great, but my plan was, after they destroyed it 2 years in a row, was what I did was I ran one up and over and down and back around. That way I won't have to cut the power off. And this one, I'm going to try to run underneath the ramp and hook it right back to that. That way, hopefully, it'll keep the power on and they can just go through. I don't know if it'll work or not. Not sure if it'll work or not, but we're going to try it. All right, well, we got our wire running straight up, over and down. We didn't do anything with that one. This is the one I was concerned with. I was hoping it wasn't going to touch or ground out on anything. It went straight under there. Didn't touch a thing, and just going to work great. It's got that rubber handle down there. So the wire's not touching anything. I'm gonna go get a tester, turn the power back on, test this thing, see if we have a connection all the way around, see if we still have electricity running out here before they find out it's off. Okay, what we'll do, we have a little voltage tester. We ground it out, stick that little probe in the ground. I don't know if y'all be able to see it, but it's popping. There we go. It's getting all the way up to 7,000. And that is over here by the box. I want to test it over here by the ramp. We'll go over here. Test it over here by the ramp. All right. It is working. Well, it looks good to me. I got to do a little cleanup. I need to get that board up, get that up, a little wire up. Hey, we're ready to go. I'm going to throw some food in here. Go ahead and get them started. I'm going to try to keep it full. That way, anytime they have a little grumble in their belly, they can walk right in. And hopefully, this works. We have our door sitting over there too. We got our door ready. We'll have it set up here pretty soon. They got little slides that the door slides down. You put these little bolts in over top of it so the doors can't come back up. It's a nice little pen we built a few years ago, and it works. It's just getting these guys trained to it. I think these pigs will be a lot easier to train. That worked out great. We beat the rain. I was worried to death. Look at that. That's all I've heard on the radio. Rain, 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 rain. So I've been out here just running. If you hear me breathing heavy, I've been running. I had to get some more T-posts. Of course, they're way down there at the other end. So as I'm walking, I'm going, man, I need a golf cart or something. I'm getting older. But guys, I hope you like this video. Do me a favor, subscribe, like, share. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about what we did. I know I got a lot of comments on this last year, and it's done now. I'm not changing anything, but you could see a lot of people wanted me to put these, I said ramps earlier. People wanted me to put ramps outside, but people wanted me to put these walls on the outside last year. And they even said put some tin up where the pigs can't see. But I don't like gambling whatsoever. I don't gamble, I don't play the lottery. I don't gamble. I'm in for sure things. And I know that electricity keeps these jokers in this pen. And I think this is gonna work out good. It's just getting them trained. And you know what pigs live for, food. So look at this joker. Guys, thanks again. I'm gonna let you go. I love you guys to death. We will see y'all on the next video.